everyone, this is my first video on section 3.2 for Math 082, which is the zero power rule and negative exponents. So let's start talking about the zero power rule. So the zero power rule says that any base, a can be any number except for, by the way, a cannot be zero. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anything raised to the zero power, by definition, is 1. So let's see if we can informally prove that to ourselves. Let's say that we have a to the fourth power divided by a to the fourth power. Well, we can look at this in one of two ways. We can write it out so that this is a product, and then we can cross out our a's. Okay, and if you ask what's left over, so take a minute and think about what's left. What does this equal? Well, some people might say 0, but the truth is, remember, there's always 1 here. So when you cancel everything out, you have 1 remaining, right? A over A is 1. If you don't believe me, think about a simpler problem. 2 divided by 2. Well, what is 2 over 2? Well, we just cancel these out and we get 1. Likewise, a to the fourth over the a to the fourth is 1. Not 0, but 1. Now, we can also think about this in terms of the quotient rule, which we learned in the last section. The quotient rule says that if I have some number like this over some number like that what I can do is I can subtract those exponents. So let's apply that here. So I would have a to the fourth power minus 4. Well, what's 4 minus 4? Well, 4 minus 4 is 0. So I have just proved to myself that a to the 0 power is equal to 1. Okay, so you need to commit that to memory. Okay. So I think I mentioned the one exception is 0. 0 raised to the 0 power, people have decided, is undefined. Okay. If you want to think about that, there's one way to think about it is we'll have, let's say, 0 to the first power is 0, 0 to the second power is 0, 0 to really any number is 0. Okay? So by that rule, it would follow then that 0 to the 0 power should also equal 0. And I'll put a question mark here because right now we're just sort of speculating or guessing. Okay? So, that's what it seems like, right? So let's think about it a different way. If I had 1 to the 0 power, right? Remember, we just said anything raised to the 0 power other than 0 is 1. 2 raised to the 0 power should be 1. 3 to raised to the 0 power should be 1, right? Any number, any real number raised to the 0 power should be equal to 1. So by that logic, 0 to the 0 power should be equal to 1. So you can see here, there's a bit of a dilemma, right? This pattern suggests that 0 to the 0 power should be 0, whereas this pattern, this rule, suggests that 0 to the 0 power should be 1. Okay? So we say that it's undefined. It's not clear whether 0 to the 0 power is either 0 or 1.